Alright, welcome to our very first video of this entire semester. So in this particular video, what we're going to be focusing on is evaluating expressions. Some of you may already know how to do this, so you might be able to skip these first few videos because all we're really doing is reviewing. So let's get to it. So a variable is a letter that's used to represent one or more numbers. Typically, again, we use letters, but you can also use smiley face or any other symbol that you like to just represent some number that you don't know. And an expression involving a variable is called an algebraic expression. And when the variables in an algebraic expression are replaced by numbers, you're doing what's called evaluating the expression. And when you evaluate the expression, the result that you get is called the solution. So what I want to know is, for this particular algebraic expression, what do you get when you replace x with -2? So essentially what I'm going to do is literally replace everywhere I see an x, I'm going to put in a -2, and then I'm just going to simplify. You might need to use a calculator. If you do, that's totally fine. Or you might be able to do this in your head. Either way, let's get it done. So everywhere I see an x, I'm going to put in a -2. So I have -3 times 2 squared minus 5 times -2 plus 7. There's a little ladybug there. Now what we want to do is use the order of operations to simplify as much as possible. I can do this in my head. Again, you might need to use calculator. If you are using a calculator, especially a graphing calculator, you can just type this in exactly as it looks, and the calculator will do all the work for you. I'm going to do it in my head, take a few steps. Okay, so 2 squared is 4. We have -3 times 4. -5 times -2 is +10. And then plus 7 is just falling down. -3 times 4 is -12. And then 10 plus 7 is 17. And then finally, last step, -12 and 17 is 5. So, when I plugged in a -2 everywhere I saw an x into this algebraic expression, my final answer was a 5. Notice that I showed a lot of work here, and for my final answer, I circled it. You always want to circle your final answer because you don't want your final answer to kind of get lost in all the work, and whoever is grading your paper not be able to find it. That's not a good thing. So please, this whole semester, in every math class you have, every time you finish a problem, circle your answer. And that's it for this video, evaluating algebraic expressions. It doesn't get any easier.